it's interesting because this is what I tell chatters. One of the most common things that chatters ask me, is like, how do I make friends in the real world? How do I meet girls, or how do I meet guys in the real world? A hackathon is unironically it's the type of thing that I explain to people is like common interest. A social event revolving around a common shared interest is what you're supposed to do. Let's start with this one. First of all, my friend was the only girl at the hackathon, and someone gave her this note. Hey, I think you're really cute, and I love those 2 braids in the back of your hair. Let me take you out sometime. I'd love a lesson from you on how to hack, lol. Text me. Okay, can I just say something here? I think this is perfectly fine. Like, it's perfect. Like, what are you supposed to do? What's the expectation? Like, I don't know if Zoomers' brains have rotted. You're a dude. Yeah, I am a dude. And guess what, dude? Okay. I think this is a totally normal thing to do. Is it a little cringe? Maybe, but it's a perfectly valid, perfectly normal thing to do. The person that wrote this note didn't actually write a note that was like in any way, shape, or form creepy. He literally established that she is a better hacker than he is. Like, he's glazing her. He said some like seemingly identifiable trait of hers from afar was like, looks cute and nice. Like, this is the method. This is what you're supposed to do. Now, I don't know if this because like Zoomers are so used to just doing TikTok Sigma Riz and skibbity toilet memes or whatever, and they're just like genuinely terrified of the prospect of being around other human beings and, God forbid, interacting with them, especially in a social setting. But this is kind of like the FaZe Kason thing that everyone was like clowning on Kason for, just like shooting a shot at Pokimane, right? But he did it in a normal way. He did it in a polite way. He did it in a gentlemanly way. And this is precisely the same thing. And I think that regardless of my dude status, this is precisely what I tell dudes in my community to do. If you consider this to be creepy, then you consider all interactions in the wild to be creepy. That's it. Okay? That's it. Because if interactions such as this one is considered bad and wrong, or dare I say even immoral if you want to take it to that degree, then you just don't want any interactions whatsoever in the outside world. Now, this is like, I have no notes even. I have no notes on this. He just like, he wrote a little note instead of like directly asking her in person, which I guess like that's the only difference there, is that he was probably a little shy to write it on a note rather than directly ask her, right? But having said that, what is the expectation here? But also on the other hand, I don't even think like people are clowning on this person that much. And what I have seen is like other accounts maybe clowning on this person a lot more for even posting this and blasting it. If you try to politely flirt in America, they publicly shame you in front of millions of people. I mean, this is funny, but it's also kind of true. It's like what is happening? If I was being super critical, I'd say, let me take you out sometimes a bit forward. You can have better framing. That's crazy. No, that's perfectly fine and perfectly permissible in terms of being forward. You don't have to dance around the issue at all. Kind of related TikTok about you.
Okay, Divas, can we talk about...
Whoa, what is this? Why am I seeing TikTok decided to change its desktop notification system right before it gets banned? That's crazy. Why is it shameful to have ask someone out? It's not. When everyone is chronically online, anything IRL seems outlandish. Yeah, it's dangerous for future prospects. If we consider any matter of if we consider all social interaction in IRL settings to be cringe, scary, immoral, messed up, grooming, whatever you want to call it, okay? Inappropriate age gap relationships or whatever people are suspecting from the outside looking in, then holy moly, that's terrifying. And maybe it's a I'm really old type situation. You know what I mean? I might be getting old. I might be getting up there, but like maybe there is a little bit of wisdom there in my age, but it's like this is the bare minimum. Bonus points for proper spelling and grammar. Also, that note's handwriting is 100% feminine. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The other thing that was like kind of sus. The other thing that was kind of sus is just like how good their handwriting was, I guess. And you know, Kai's on the floor. Yeah, I don't know why she just like doesn't want to be on the bed. I'm just gonna let her be on the floor. Whatever. If her joints explode as a consequence, is her fault. A hackathon isn't a professional event where anyone could be. It could be weird to ask someone out. A hackathon is a social event. No, that literally is the point. That's the other thing I was gonna mention. Like, it's interesting because this is what I tell chatters. One of the most common things that chatters ask me. One of the most common things that chatters ask me is like, how do I make friends in the real world? How do I meet girls or how do I meet guys in the real world? A hackathon is unironically one of those, like it's the type of thing that I explain to people is like common interest. A social event revolving around a common shared interest is what you're supposed to do. And this is it. That's what this is. So, you know, that is something to also consider, I guess. The irony there is that this is the method. This is the method being applied in the real world, right? It's the method being applied in the real world, and yet, you know, maybe some people still think it's like lame. Divorced dads have dive bars, so you need to find your community space and make friends. Gen Z is used to using therapy speak to avoid challenging social situation. Asking them to leave their comfort zone is emotional to some. No, I don't think it's like that. I think it's not like that. It's not like that. We also saw this. I watched TikTok a while ago. I don't know why you just posted this. I don't know why you sent this to me already. We watched this on stream. I'm on your side, but one thing I will point out is, doesn't this not imply they haven't interacted at all and already being asked out? Yes. Yeah. That's chatter. I don't know how to begin to explain this to you, but that's very normal. That's like the most norm. That's incredible. That is the norm. That used to be, oh my God, that used to be the norm. Oh my God, is that not the norm anymore? Like, how do people date nowadays? Like, what? I'm getting old. I don't know. I'm getting too old, man. I'm getting old. I genuinely don't what? Gen Z loves talking for 5 months as a talking stage without days before going out. Okay, you guys are lying to me. Dude, it's weird. I'm 25 and I'm like one of the only people I know who doesn't date using apps. I mean, dating apps is fine. Like, it's not the best, but it's one method that people use, and I have used it, you know, quite extensively. Having said that, however, there are, and this might come as a surprise to many, there are other methods out there, which is, you know, going out in the real world and seeing someone in the physical space and going, hey, this person seems cute and cool, and I would like to get to know them better. And you go on a date and maybe it doesn't work out. It's fine, you know? It's just, Chad Vice should be Unk Vice at this point, you know? Goddamn. That's legit how they're doing it. Even people our age have adopted it. No, I'm just, like, all I'm saying is don't discount the way that, you know, the old school method, okay? You go outside in the real world, right? You go outside in the real world and you interact with human beings, and you might even take sometimes a shot in the dark and go, hey, I know you haven't seen my resume of my sexiest, coolest moments where you can just like quickly swipe on and off, but like, would you like to take a crack at this, you know, dating thing? We could just go on one date, see what it's about. Maybe we like each other. Maybe we don't. It's not the end of the world, you know? I genuinely want to understand why people watch Twitch streamers for dating advice with respect. Because I've had sexual intercourse with every single one of your mothers. Okay? Do I look like the type of person who has no clue what they're talking about in terms of dating? I think I you know, talk about being a volcel, a voluntarily celibate person, or an incel, an involuntarily celibate person, a little too much for people to, you know. No, not at all. I meant generally. I mean, not every Twitch streamer is going to have applicable experience. I am one of them that does. You look like your success stems from looks, not charisma. Is that Chatter's point? I reckon. No. And I also didn't always look this way.
Put the lighter in the fire.
Sound God, you put it in. Seriously.
So what did these guys do? Did these guys start another wildfire? What happened? Someone was talking about how they blew up Sketch.
Did you just put the lighter in the fire?
Sound God, you put it in. Seriously.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I should have. I didn't. I don't know. I did that.
Did you?
Oh, I did. I did not. I did not know. I did not know I was gonna do that.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. I thought you were trolling.
Bro,
Oh my God. Yo, I thought you were trolling.
It's good.
I can't believe that. I can't believe they did that. That's crazy. Too soon, guys. Come on. Too soon. Sketch threw a lighter in the fire, not knowing what it would do. What would what happens when you throw fuel in the fire? If only there was like a term for that people use, like throwing fuel to a fire, kind of.